Several retail companies reporting earnings, including Abercrombie & Fitch this morning, raising its 2024 outlook after its third quarter estimates, top estimates, I should say. The brand's comeback continues to resonate with teens and young millennials, and the stock up more than 200% this year. Investors have high expectations going forward. Pleased to say that the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch is joining us right now, Fran Horowitz. Fran, let's just talk about, forgive me if this is the wrong phrase, but this has to be a bit of a comeback story here. There were a lot of people that wrote this company off a few years ago. They said time had passed it by. But you, for one reason or another, have managed to kind of tap in a whole new generation of younger people who have now found this brand, and at least based on the results from the last 3 or 4 quarters, appear to be really propelling sales forward.
Yes, hey, Romaine, thanks so much for having me today. Yeah, so just to give a little bit of history, I've joined the company about 9 years ago, and we have been on an incredible journey of building both the Abercrombie and the Hollister brands. The Abercrombie brand turnaround started quite some time ago. We're in our 11th consecutive quarter of positive comps, which is super exciting. And we have really done something very special in the retail industry. We've taken the brands and we've figured out their rightful place in the world. So we put Hollister as the global teen brand, and we aged Abercrombie up. It used to be a brand for teens, for jeans and T-shirts, and now it's truly a young millennial brand for that customer, a lifestyle brand, say 25 to 30. Mm-hmm. But we've expanded our categories and our age range from 20 to 40 and beyond.
When we talk about the sales growth and where it came from here, is the sense here is that there is greater demand for the clothes, or is this just simply kind of a shifting in the spending from one subset of consumers to another?
No, the brand is growing very significantly. I mean, the turn started with women's. Women's has actually seen their 13th consecutive quarter of growth. So this is definitely an opportunity for us to take share. I mean, as you know, in the apparel space, it's a game of taking share, and that's exactly what we're doing. The expansion of our categories, out again of jeans and T-shirts and into things like dresses. Our Curve Love jeans have been terrific. Our new YPB, which is our active brand, is also tracking very nicely. So definitely taking share.
And Fran, I want to talk a little bit more about the aging up of Abercrombie, because I have to admit I wasn't cool enough to shop at Abercrombie. I was at Hot Topic, just a few stores down, but a lot of my peers shopped at Abercrombie when we were teenagers, and I feel like it's still thought of as a teenage brand. How do you age up and sort of attract that up to 40 category?
Well, Katie, it's interesting. It's been an amazing journey. But what we have learned is that the customer is the one who's actually behind us and supporting us. We do a lot of customer research. We stay very close to our customer. When we initially went on this journey, we realized that there's a big white space out there for that young millennial customer. We studied very hard to understand what he and she are looking for, and decided that the 96-hour weekend, when they are away with their friends, whether that's at weddings or bachelorette parties or just weekends away or even staycations, that we could clothe them for that entire 96-hour vacation. On top of that, we then realized as they started to go back to the office and needed clothing for that too, that we could provide that as well. So we're really a lifestyle brand supporting them for all their different wearing occasions.
And as part of that lifestyle component, how much opportunity do you see in perhaps workwear, for example, especially as you target that young millennial?
So great question, because we have a franchise called the Sloan, and that is a trouser pant for women that is absolutely on fire and terrific. We've started delivering it about a year ago, and that's exactly what she does with it. She wears it to the office, maybe with a jacket and a top. She takes the jacket off and she goes out to the bar with her friends or out to dinner. So it's got a multi-purpose to it, and she's really feeling very special in it.
I am curious about your expectations for the holiday season. I mean, how dependent is Abercrombie & Fitch and its brands on this particular time of the year? Or do you have a little bit more, I guess, of an even dispersion across the full year?
Yeah, so as Abercrombie has evolved into this older customer, the business is, to your point, a little bit more even. Hollister is also a little bit more dependent on this time of the year. But Black Friday is an important holiday for both brands, truthfully. And the fourth quarter is our biggest quarter of the year. So we are excited. We are ready to compete. Our inventories are in great shape. We've been running this business on a real lean inventory and testing and learning into known winners. And we're ready to go for the fourth quarter.
All right, that's a good place to leave it. Fran, really enjoyed this conversation. Our thanks to Fran Horowitz. She is the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch.